Marbella with Him and Her are proud to be sponsored by the friendliest bar in San Pedro, the Hogan Stand. The place for amazing food, live music and sport, karaoke, quizzes, and a welcoming smile. Why would you want to go anywhere else? Check out their Instagram page at the Hogan Stand and at the Hogan Hackers for their golf society.
This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. Hello and welcome to episode 99 of Marbella with Him and Her, brought to you by the Hogan Stand. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray.
You're not really here, are you?
No.
Well, you are, but you're not, if you know what I mean.
This is the ghost of Hannah.
Is it a good ghost or a bad ghost or a poltergeist?
All three.
Good.
Yes, we are recording this slightly earlier in the week because I'm away for the weekend, so it's a bit of a mishmash of a podcast, but hopefully all the fun and entertainment that you're used to.
Or more fun, because I'll be in it a lot.
Yes, maybe you'll enjoy it even more because there'll be less her and more him. It's been an interesting week weather-wise. We've got storms coming out of everywhere. There's Storm Chandra, Storm Joseph, and now Storm Kristen. We've pretty much got the village people, I reckon.
Yes, YMCA. Yes, it's not been nice.
One storm or another. I wanna get you. I'm gonna get you.
That's not right.
I know. But yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, some people, I was talking to Franny Katz, who does celebrity gossip on my show every Wednesday. She was saying, I kind of don't get it. It's just rain. All the people who are moaning about the weather, most people grew up in the UK. There's a mosquito flying in my eye.
It's not a mosquito. It's like a tiny little thing. It's definitely not a mosquito.
Really? How do you know?
Because I could see. I saw it fly into your eye.
Great. Thanks for your help.
Well, I was going to get it, but I would have ended up punching you in the eye, and that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, no, thanks. So Franny Katz was saying, people going, oh, this rain, and everyone's cancelled. She said the dance class that her kids go to and the dance class that she goes to as an adult were all cancelled because of the rain. My yoga class I was supposed to go to last night was cancelled because lots of people cancelled because of the rain. It's rain.
Yes, but it's actually been more of a storm and we've had very, very high winds.
Yeah.
I was meant to go to Gibraltar today for a meeting and that was cancelled. And then I said the same thing, actually, as you. I said, oh, God, bit of rain. And then I saw some videos from Gibraltar and I sort of changed my mind.
I saw some videos from Gibraltar yesterday, actually, of garden furniture.
Flying off the balcony.
Yeah, flying off the top balconies into the road.
Yeah. And there was lots more today other than that. So, yeah, sort of glad we didn't go to Gibraltar. Apparently there were queues to get around. There were floods. There were things falling in the road. Not many people could get around Gibraltar because there's only like one road that goes around Gibraltar. And if it's blocked, screwed. Yeah,
no, I agree, actually. It has been a lot more than rain. The driving conditions that I drove to work in today were the worst I've ever driven in. It wasn't just because of the heavy rain. There are loads of potholes, more and more, because the weather creates that, because it hasn't got the road infrastructure as we have in the UK or Ireland.
Oh, actually, if you're going to talk about potholes, I think you'll find the UK has far more potholes than we have here.
Oh, really?
And they don't repair them. This is a big thing in the UK. Didn't you ever see that video of Ross Stewart going out with his bucket and spade to fill in the potholes?
Absolutely. Okay, but anyway, the more rain we have, the more potholes that appear day by day on the Costa del Sol. It is kind of crazy. And in the main, the main roads that we're driving along, the N340, the A7, that has a lot of traffic that's driving at serious speeds, these potholes are really dangerous. And aside from that, with the rain, because again, the drainage system just isn't as good here, there's so many massive puddles and rivers. So even if you manage to avoid a puddle, there'll be a car or a lorry and massive vehicles were driving past me at great speeds, going through these puddles, shoving, the water all going up in the air, coming over the windscreen. The windscreen wipers were going like crazy. I really couldn't see. I was pretty much going at 50 kilometres an hour the whole journey to work. It took me ages.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that. A while ago, when we had our last heavy rains, I was talking to Bill Padley, about the roads and on the motorway. Like, I don't get it, the toll road was so much worse than the normal road. There would seem to be a lot more surface water. And he was saying that they made just a stupid mistake here when they're building it. So all they need to do is build it so that it's slightly tilting outwards so that the rain would drain off and go down each side. But they don't. They build it flat. So the rain just sits there. And in
it's
the
not
UK,
like rain is a new thing.
no, and apparently in the UK, they're all built slightly with this sort of incline either side. Not much, you can't see it through the naked eye, but it's enough to make the water drain off.
Well, it makes sense, isn't it? And you'd think the people building the road would have these conversations.
You would hope so.
but
they
clearly
don't.
not. No, it's
And
slightly
then they
worrying.
charge us for the privilege of driving on those roads.
Yes, quite. Last week, we mentioned the horrific murder of local woman Victoria Hart, who was murdered by her ex-partner. There has been a GoFundMe page that's been set up to help her 3 kids, and obviously a lot of people wanting to share that. I shared it on my social media. If you go to GoFundMe and type in Victoria Hart, Hart is spelled Hart, then you'll see the information there. And there's so many generous people. Every little helps. There's people donating €5. I've seen people donating 350. I've seen people donating a couple of grand. I mean, really amazing. I don't know if these people know her, whether they do or not. It's just the worst situation you can imagine. These poor 3 children, they've just lost their mother, and the person who did it was their father, who's now in prison.
Yeah, it's as you said, terrible situation. I mean, I don't know the number. Maybe we should have looked this number up, but
It's 016.
Is that the number you call?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are in a situation, male or female, it can go either way, but it's usually, the female in this situation. Please don't feel that you're alone. Please make sure you make a note of that number and call somebody, because as we mentioned again last week, it is quite an issue here, domestic abuse, and you do have help. Don't feel that you're alone. They are there to help and advise. And, it's a difficult decision, I know, when it's family and you're in that situation and you've got kids, but you don't want to end up like her. So please take note and do something about it if you can. Or speak to a friend if you've got friends. You just need to have people around you that know what's going on, that can be there to support you.
Yeah, and the bigger network that you have, the better. I mean, the sad situation is Victoria had reached out for help. So the sad reality, we've been discussing this in various points over the last few days, is that I don't really know what more the police or the authorities can do. If a woman or a man, as you say, reaches out to the authorities and says, my husband or my partner or whatever has threatened to harm me or threatened to kill me or the children, things like that, it's a serious threat. But the police can't arrest the person because they haven't done it. It's just a threat. And thankfully, there are a lot of threats that aren't followed through. Thank goodness. Not that that makes the threat okay, of course. But the police, unfortunately, can't give 24-hour round-the-clock care to all these people that have a threat. So yes, reach out for help, of course, as much as possible. And I don't want to say nothing can be done about it, because I don't mean it's that bad a situation, but it is a really, really difficult situation.
It's a grey area, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how much more the authorities can do, but the more people that you have on alert, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. And just talk to people about it.
I interviewed Melvin Hayes this week, who was in over 50 films and most famous for It Ain't Half Hot Mum.
The boys are there to entertain you.
There you go.
With music and laughter.
Well done. It is that one. And I was watching some snippets of episodes before I did
Stupid boy.
Oh, that's very good.
What's his name?
Windsor
Yeah,
Davis.
Windsor
Very
Davis.
good. So the book that Melvin Hayes wrote was It Ain't Half Late Mum. And I asked him where he got that from. Obviously, it ain't half hot mum, but it ain't half late mum. What did he mean by that? And it's because he is 91 now.
Wow.
And it was the first book that he's wrote. He started writing it. He started
Writing it?
I'm tired. He started writing it 36 years ago in the 80s, but it's now come out.
What did he do? Write one word per page per day?
He's had a life, you know what I mean? So yes, his new career as an author has started when he's 91. So that's what he means.
I don't think it's going to be a long career. I'm sorry to say, but whatever happens, I don't think it'd be a long career.
So that's where It Ain't Half Late Mum comes from. I asked him or mentioned the fact that there are no repeats on television of It Ain't Half Hot Mum. There's obviously lots of repeats of a lot of the classic BBC sitcoms like 40 Towers. What's the one in the lift that we did?
Oh, are you being
Are
served?
you being served? There's loads of repeats, but It Ain't Half Hot Mum isn't repeated. And that's because it's obviously seen as a bit racist and culturally inappropriate, homophobic, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it had a lot to say. So, yeah, he played the camp guy that always dressed up and got everybody on stage. It was all about them performing, so it was like a performing society.
And there was a guy who had an Indian accent.
Yeah, well, he was a charwalla.
And he was blacked up as well.
Yeah, but he was a charwalla.
Yeah.
So he was the one that would make the tea and all that sort of thing, and they called him charwalla and they would be rude to him and everything. So, yeah, I suppose when
So there's a lot that would be culturally inappropriate now, shall we say. But a lot of people look back at it as classic British humour and wasn't offensive then, and there are a lot of people that wouldn't think it was offensive now. Something he said, which I thought was really sad, when Windsor Davies died, Melvin said he contacted the BBC and pretty much begged them to repeat just one episode in tribute to Windsor Davies, but they didn't. They said no. He's also said about Windsor Davies he was literally the opposite of his character. He was the nicest guy ever. He said you couldn't buy him a drink. Whenever they went to a pub together, you'd go up to the bar and Windsor had already put money behind the bar. You literally couldn't buy him a drink. He also told a very funny story. He was in Summer Holiday, the film with Cliff Richard.
We're all going on summer holiday.
And I actually found on YouTube, when I was looking up bits about him before I did the interview, you know the programme Would I Lie to You, which is a brilliant TV show with Rob Brydon. He was on this, Melvin Hayes, a few years ago, and he told a story of when he was on in the film Summer Holiday. He was given a 30-minute lesson on how to drive this bus, and he was driving the bus with Cliff Richard, Una Stubbs and the Shadows on the bus, and he was driving and it was really near a cliff, with Cliff in the back. And the guy was he said, if I put up my right hand, that means you're a bit too close to the cliff. If I put up my left hand, that means you're a bit too close to the other side of the road. And he said he almost went off. It was really touch and go. And that was health and safety back in those days. Just madness. And yep, that was a true story. That literally happened. Crazy.
God, he nearly went over Cliff.
Yes, with Cliff. I was thinking today as I was eating my lunch how much but I'm assuming our, as humans, taste buds can change as we get older.
Right.
Well, I mean, mine have changed massively since being with you. When I got together with you, I didn't like pepper on my food. I didn't like anything spicy. Now I put pepper on everything and I really like spicy food.
Yes.
Is that what you have to say?
Well, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if it's your taste buds changing. I think your
palate.
Your palate differs from what you liked. Or maybe it's that you've always liked it, but you didn't really want to give it a go. You didn't try it.
Oh, no, I did try. I didn't like it. I thought it was too hot. Yeah, pepper as well.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's because you never had anything like that before.
I would disagree, but okay.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's true because...
I tried it and I didn't like it. I never liked pepper or spicy food.
So when I was growing up, my grandma would cook everybody a curry, the whole family, and they'd all be enjoying a nice good hot curry. I had Little Chef beans and sausage because I couldn't stand spice.
Well, there you go.
But I didn't really try it. Or if I did try it, it's just like, oh, no, it's too hot. And I didn't want to give it a go. You know, I wasn't prepared to give it a go. I wasn't adventurous with my food. And I think that's it. If you become more adventurous, your palate automatically changes and adapts to the sort of food that you're having. I mean, your favourite thing now is truffle. Did you have truffle with a kick?
Well, no, but I mean, I didn't even know about it. I didn't come across it.
No, so things can change. I mean, I don't like truffle like you do. It just means that we got a different palate.
Yeah. Well, the thing that got me thinking about it is eating my lunch that I'd lovingly prepared for myself today. And it was cottage cheese with sliced avocado.
Woman's food, that is. Woman's food.
Cottage cheese with sliced avocado on crackers. But I sometimes have it on rice cakes as well. And I remember growing up and my mum making that for her lunch. And I remember thinking, I wonder if I'll like this crap when I'm an adult. No, cottage cheese was like lumpy cheese. Avocado, and my Auntie Barbara still says this, tastes like soap. And rice cakes was just like polystyrene. But now I love it. It's a really tasty, healthy lunch with salt and pepper on top.
Well done you, with a bit of condiments on top as well.
Exactly.
A bit of seasoning.
There you go. So I'm not here this weekend because
Yay, I'm going out to party.
No, I'm going to party.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
Going to the UK, and for the first time in my 45 years, I'm going to Butlins.
Are you going to do the Donkey Derby?
I don't know. I'm up for anything. It's an 80s weekender.
Have you got your bikini? Because they do the Miss Butlins.
No, I've got a one piece. We decided on wearing one pieces. It's January and it's the UK.
Where are you going to stick your number?
What?
We have to attach the number somewhere.
Oh, I'm not going in for that. That'll be embarrassing. Unless everyone's older than me, then I might. But if they're all 20-somethings...
Grab a grande. You'd be going for that.
Oh, stop it. You're pushing it now. Anyway, Jason Donovan, the man himself, is going to be there. And Sonia and Aswad. It's going to be great.
Don't turn around.
I know. I'm really excited. There's bingo, bongo, bingo, something like that,
Bingo,
which
bango,
sounds good.
bongo.
There's silent discos, which I've always wanted to try. There's various quizzes. It's going to be really fun. So me and 3 female friends, we're all going together.
I hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you. Will you hold the fort while I'm away?
I will try.
Good.
If I can't hold the fort, I'll hold something.
Okay.
So I can't believe Hannah's left me in charge of the podcast. Yep, she's away, and while she's away, I'm going to play. But mind you, you just heard what she said about Jason Donovan and how excited she is to be seeing him. I think she may be a little bit too excited because this is a message that she sent me.
If we ever do that laminated list that Ross and Rachel did in Friends with like celebrities that they can sleep with, can Jason Donovan be on mine?
So what do you make of that? I think she may be having a little bit more fun than she should be, but I trust her. So while Hannah's been away doing what God only knows, I've been quite busy. So I had to fill in the quiz on Thursday for Hannah, so I hosted Thursday night quiz time. And I've got to say, I'm not quite as efficient, I think is the word, as Hannah. So reading all the questions and doing all the answers, I think that's fine. I don't have much issue with that, and that seems to go quite smoothly. It's just the marking that seems to be a little bit more difficult. I think Hannah's got that down to a fine art, whereas it seems to take me quite a bit longer to do. But I'm glad to say everybody was out by 11:30. It has been worse when I've done it, but it wasn't so bad. But to be fair, there were only 9 teams, so if there'd been more teams, we may still be there. But it all went well. It was a good quiz. We had a new couple from Ireland join the quiz, which I think are going to come back, so it couldn't have been that bad. On Saturday, I met up with Aoife and Maeve for coffee, and we went to Pandora. And I've got to say, so after we've been doing all of these sort of coffee things, and we haven't done many of them yet, we're still going to be doing this and reporting back, but we had 3 coffees, and Aoife did have quite an indulgent croissant, I might add. It had sort of Nutella drizzled over the top, looked very nice. But anyway, all of that together came to €10.50. That's proper pricing, and I say Pandora is a great place to go. It's buzzy, it's got good coffee, and it has lovely things to eat. So you don't need to be spending €4.50 each coffee and €4.50 on a croissant. You can quite happily go somewhere a bit more Spanish and enjoy some lovely coffees and food. Last night would be Saturday night, I went out for some food with one of our former interns from Manifesto. He's stayed on, so he's still working for Manifesto. He does video stuff for us, and he's also doing his own stuff. And he's just moved to San Pedro. He used to be in central Marbella, but he's now in San Pedro. So we said, well, why don't we meet up for a beer or two on Saturday night and have a chat and show him around San Pedro a bit so he gets to know the place. He's Dutch, and I decided that we would go to a new Dutch tapas place in San Pedro, which is directly opposite the 24-hour pharmacy, and it's called La Casita Tapas y Mas, and Casita spelled Kasita. And oh my god, the food was amazing. So we had Indonesian meatballs, which I just can't describe how good they were. They were in this really rich, thick gravy sauce that had so much flavour. We had beef rendang spring rolls. Again, wow, it had big chunks of beef rendang in it. We had truffle and mayonnaise patata bravas. Yes, Hannah, I know you're jealous. And we had cheese croquetas. And the prices are really, really good. I think it's about 6, 7, maybe €8 per tapas dish. But you get like 5, 6 pieces in each tapas dish. So you get a good portion in each one. And we must have had, 3 or 4 times the meatballs because we enjoyed them so much we just kept getting them each time and asking for more. We had one lot of the beef rendang, we had one lot of the patata bravas, and we had 2 lots of the croquetas. We had 5 bottles of a Heineken between us. So we had like 7 or 8 tapas and 5 Heinekens, and it was under €70. I think that's a great price. So yeah, I can highly recommend La Casita Tapas y Mas. I know that Aoife and Maeve want to go there, and I know that Hannah wants to go there, so we will be going back as a group probably to try it out again. So while Hannah's been away, the weather has been gorgeous. Absolutely amazing. Sun's out, bright sunshine. It got back up to about 22 degrees during the day. I mean, when the sun goes in, it does feel a little bit chilly. But yes, I'm basking in sunshine while Hannah's basking in Christ knows what at Butlins. But I'm having fun, and I'm sure she's having fun. So while Hannah's away today, obviously after recording the podcast, which I am doing now, as you can hear, I will be maybe doing a few house chores. Then I will be watching Crystal Palace play against Nottingham Forest. I will be making myself some lovely food. I bought some pork cubes yesterday, and I think I'm going to do it in a slow cooker with some 5 spice and make some Chinese stew. And then of course Hannah is home tomorrow, so normal service will resume next week. Luckily, before Hannah went, we managed to do a few bits of the podcast, so it's not just me all the way through this week. I don't want to bore you with my monotone, so we're looking forward to Hannah returning and recording next week's podcast, which will be our 100th. Yes, 100 episodes of Marbella with him and her.
A few articles to mention from the Euro Weekly News. This was interesting because it's something... Our
collaborators, if you don't mind.
Our collaborators. This was something we were talking about just the other day. The headline read, "Conspiracy or Confusion? 1 in 5 people in Spain and Britain doubt the moon mission."
Flat earthers is what they would call us for saying that.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just quoting the interview. And I have to say, my opinion has been a little bit up and down about this.
I've changed quite a lot.
For most of my life, I've thought, oh, for goodness sake, conspiracy crap. Of course the moon landing happened. It would be one hell of a thing to make up and invent. That's just ridiculous.
Who was it? Stanley Kubrick or something?
Yes,
yeah.
I saw a video only a few months ago. I don't know how I came across it, but there's a video on YouTube. You can look it up yourself, of Stanley Kubrick, the award-winning film director of A Clockwork Orange, Eyes Wide Shut, various other things. And he, in an interview, was talking about the fact that he was employed to fake the moon landings. And it's quite a shocking video to watch.
Well, it's one hell of a revelation.
It's one hell of a revelation. And I can't remember whether it was a week or 2 weeks, but really soon after he filmed this, he died.
Ooh. Which
is also a weird coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying I don't believe it happened. There was also someone I spoke to recently or saw an interview on who just talked about the logistics of it all and just said that they can't see how it could have happened. And also, if it did happen, why haven't humans gone up there loads of times since?
But I thought there has been several moon landings.
Yes, but not walking on the moon.
What do they do then?
They just kind of go there.
They must land on the moon. Otherwise, you haven't been to the moon.
Yeah, no, effectively, but nobody gets out. It's just the craft that lands on the moon.
Well, that seems a bit daft, doesn't it? If you got all the way there, you might as well go and have a wander.
I know. Oh, no, more people have walked on the moon. No, of course they have, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's an interesting one. I, for most of my life, totally believe it happened, and anyone who thought it doesn't was a crackpot weirdo. But all I'm saying is watch that interview with Stanley Kubrick and maybe you might think something different, or you might just think he's a crackpot weirdo. Either or. I just thought it was quite a high statistic that 1 in 5 people in Spain and Britain don't think it happened or questioning it.
Very interesting.
Isn't it? Europe's largest winter equestrian event returns. Thank you. The Andalusia Sunshine Tour 2026.
Oh, it goes on.
It runs from the 2nd of February to the 22nd of March. So it's quite a long event, and it takes place in Vergés de la Frontera in Cádiz.
If this is still going on the 2nd of February, I don't think it'll be starting then.
No, that's true.
I actually saw a video today. There's a big meeting in Ireland, big horse racing meeting, and unfortunately the track is underwater.
Oh, no. Yeah, that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
There was also some interesting news about transport, and I feel like this has come up before, but it's saying that it's definitely still in place. I'm not sure whether it's literally just launch or whether they're confirming that it's still going. But there was talk of a launch of a national transport pass where you get unlimited travel on state-run buses, commuter trains and medium-distance rail services in Spain for €60 a month.
Yeah, that was huge. That was a huge
Yeah,
story.
we did mention it, didn't we? Young people under 26, it's only €30 a month. So, I mean, this would be worth it if you're travelling every day for work on the train, wouldn't it? I mean,
or if you travel every weekend to different places or something. It depends what you do, you know. But yeah, it's a great thing.
people who travel a lot, it's a really good deal, so well worth looking into. Although I'm sure a lot of people, unless they absolutely have to, might be a little bit put off by Spanish trains after all the recent disasters. But yeah, hopefully it'll all be sorted. And one other thing to mention, this Valentine's Day, coming up very soon, hint, hint, Adana, which is an animal care charity based in Estepona on the Costa del Sol. No, I do not want a dog, thank you very much. They had this campaign running on Valentine's Day, which is Saturday the 14th of February. Nice that it falls on a Saturday.
Is that another hint?
It's called Fall in Love, Save a Life Valentine's Day Dog Walk, which is a lovely idea. So if you are a dog lover, most people we know are huge dog lovers, then this would be a lovely thing to do on Valentine's Day. You don't need to adopt a dog. Obviously, if you do fall in love and you want to save a life, then you can. But you can just go along and take a dog or multiple dogs for a walk. They're meeting at 11 a.m. at Frankie's Bar on the Paseo in Sabanias. And then they're walking to Duquesa Port and back. So you can pick up a dog, go for a walk on Valentine's Day, which is a lovely thing to do. So Adana is organising that if you want more information.
Great charity.
It is a great charity. That's it from us. I hope you enjoyed this week's slightly different podcast. I will be back to normal, or we will be back to normal next week. It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from my red coat friend, her.